What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Scyushi and we are back with some more Trove. Today we're going to be talking about the up and down event. Whoa! I'm upside down, or maybe I'm right side up. I don't know why I think that's funny. I don't see it right now. I'm only going to see it in editing. Anyways, I should probably just make this entire video upside down the whole time. That'd be fun and not good for views. So, this event sucks. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to have to strap in. Because it is going to take, hold the 5 to 8 hours of just non-stop grinding this event. That is keeping in mind if you're not on console, because on console, you can buy the Ashen Souls or the Radiant Souls that you need for a pretty cheap value because you guys have a lot of dupers on your market. So the items are very, very cheap. But in my case, the resources that are required cost like millions of flux in order for me to actually complete this event. I will admit I don't have the event completed right now because I don't have 5 to 8 hours of my time to waste on this event because I'm going on a trip like in a day. On the 13th, I'm gone. I'll have other videos that'll talk about it in more detail. But anyways, suffice to say, this event, like this whole extra 0 right here, should be removed, and it should only either require 25 of the votes or like 5 of them. Honestly, like someone on the dev team, shame on you, because you clearly have just proved your ignorance to the economy of this video game and the amount of time that it takes to get things. Anyways, let's start it out. Okay, so first part of the quest is to go and interact with Stupid Cubesley in the hub. You just go and interact with him. That'll complete that part. You don't get anything until the end of the actual event. So then you have to meet with the Sundered Uplands delegates. So there's going to be this dude right here. You just press E on him, and then you end up going all the way up here, and hopefully you don't end up missing. Where is the guy that belongs up here? There he is, hidden under here for some weird reason. But anyways, you interact with him. There you go. That's interacting with both of them. That completes that part of the quest. And then it wants you to speak with the Fungi Scroll Peddler. So you're going to head to Sundered Uplands. And then you're going to try and find one of these outposts. And then this dude right here who, sells you these overpriced scrolls that nobody ever buys. He's going to end up being who you have to interact with to complete that part of the quest. Then it wants you to buy a juicy burger and healthy broccoli. So the Ashen outpost is going to be what sells the broccoli, while the one on the surface, if you find an outpost up top, that's going to be where you'll end up getting the burger. The quest wants you to buy one of each. It's not bad if you buy an overabundance of both of them, but I would say to save your resources until you're certain which side you want to, side with. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So you buy both of the foods, that'll complete that part of the quest, and then it wants you to choose a delegate. So heading back here into the hub, and you would choose either the dude down here or the dude up here, and each of them is going to end up having their respective mounts and allies and stuff. I sided with the Shadow, but as far as I can tell, there's this Mift item, and I assume this will allow me, like it says right here, that I could talk with him tomorrow, I guess, like on daily reset or something, and then it would allow me to craft the other items and donate and so on and so forth, right? So anyways, you choose a delegate. I chose the Ashen side, so we'll continue from there. That'll complete that part of the quest, and then the next is to equip an up and down banner. So that's going to be this right here. You choose a side by just donating food to them. So this will be the banner. Pretty cheap as far as the resources are concerned, honestly. Craft the banner, and then that completes that part of the quest. The banner itself, let me swap over to my Revenant right here. The banner has the ability of allows occasional collection of Ashen Souls when defeating Adventure World dungeons. Occasional, that's a strong word. Honestly, it's very, very infrequent, like really bad. Like we're talking if you... Why does this person have so many allies? What? Is that glitch? Or is that just a crap ton of bots? I think it's a bunch of bots. Okay, so anyways, sorry, I got distracted. You basically will just complete an unfathomable amount of dungeons and you'll just barely end up getting any of the souls. So then it wants you to complete a delegate assistance task. So that's going to be talking to this NPC right here, or this NPC right here, I guess, this bug. And if I recall, the quest is to go and interact with the citizens. I could be mistaken on this, but I'm pretty sure that's what they wanted us to do. So I'm going to head to the desert, try and find one of these guys. So if you're in the upland side of things, you'll find these characters. I just find them to be the most common in the desert, but I don't know if that's 100% true. Since I'm with Ashen, this is the Ashen side. And what you're going to do is you're going to end up giving them the various food items, depending on which one you sided with. And that will in turn give you the ballot votes. So whether it be a down vote for these guys or an up vote for these guys. But anyways, you complete the delegate's assistance task, and then you end up speaking with a fungi recipe taker again in the Sundered Uplands. In my case, I think I have to go and find an outpost on the surface, but either way, there will be an NPC in here that'll have like a purple quest marker that you just interact with. There you go, that completes that part of the quest. And then it wants you to interact with the Uplands ballot. So we'll go back into the hub, lots of loading screens today, at which point you just end up interacting with the ballot box on whichever side you're part of. And then that'll complete that part of the quest. And then the next part, this is the brutal part, where it suddenly wants you to vote. And the ballot votes, again, you just get them off of the food items of the creatures, whatever, that's not a problem. But the Ashen Souls in particular are really, really bad. Like, just to show you guys on our PC market anyways, the cheapest we've got is people selling them for 20k each, which is a ridiculous amount of flux because you need 50 of them. This is where, I would really shame whichever developer made this decision, because clearly they are completely out of touch when it comes to the in-game resources, economy, and cost to time ratio of these various items. Because if you do want to actually grind these free to play, oh boy, it's going to take you like upwards of 5 hours just to complete this part of the quest. And we still got one whole other step. So let me just tell you right off the bat that the outposts in the Sundered Uplands do trade you boxes that can contain the souls. It's not worth it. Those boxes are ridiculously expensive and you barely get anything out of them. There is an alternative though that I did partake in, but it's still really bad for a lot of other reasons. Namely, you can find this crafting bench at those outposts as well, and there is donate sun charge crystals. So you'll donate 3 charge crystals and it says you get 1 box in return, but usually you get a lot more. So what I was doing is I had like 3, maybe 4,000 sun charge crystals. And I really want to stress this. Sun charge crystals are a time gated resource that you can get out of 5-star Sundered Uplands dungeons. Okay? Let that really sink in, because donating them in most cases is not a good idea. And in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have donated as much of them as I did. I basically just donated 100 each time, which is 300 sun charge crystals. That's literal months of my life gone for the sake of trying to complete this event in a timely manner. Now, what I will say is when you donate 100 of these, I got over 1,000 boxes back. And I did this donation maybe 4 or 5 different times. So I got thousands of those boxes. You want to know how many of the Ashen Souls I got out of thousands of those boxes? 20. Because I had 7 before I started doing the whole donation thing for those boxes. Because I just so happened to get like 1 soul out of a trophy, and then I got another soul out of like a dungeon at one point, and that was really, really lucky and fortunate. So suffice to say, it wants you to dedicate a lot of your time to grinding. And like I said, right now it looked really appealing to me to just, oh, well, I can just donate these and get it all done with. But again, this is months of my time spent grinding these sun charge crystals. I want my money back. I want my sun charge crystals back. So it's not recommended that you go for these boxes either, which means you have to just get the time in and grind. And once you end up actually completing that part of the quest, maybe the irradiant souls are cheaper. I don't know. But once you get that part of the quest done, you want to know what the next part of the quest is? Interacting with Cubesley. You guys told me this on stream because I don't have this quest done, and I don't know if I'm going to have this quest done because I just feel so burned by it and I don't have the time. So you interact with Cubesley, and your reward for the potential millions of flux that you end up spending on this, if you want to actually buy them, unless you're on console, because there's dupers, so you can buy the souls for really, really cheap. Curse you, Bale. You get a hat, like a hat or a face style or something. Now, granted, there is also the additional items, which if we look here is the ally, which honestly is fairly cheap. You do have to get a lot of the downvote items, which means that you have to get a lot of the food items to donate to the NPCs in order to get this. But it does only cost 1 Ashen Soul. And then the mount, which also thankfully only costs 1 Ashen Soul. This part of the quest, though, like if you get to this point where you're doing the whole downvote thing or upvote thing, you know, running up to NPCs, pressing E on them and donating the food to them, it's not fun. It's very, very boring. And it's not very self-fulfilling or anything. So unfortunately, it's just yet another like really, really boring, dragged out event. It does seem like these are tradable though. At least it says that they are. I don't know where you would rarely get them. Wow. I guess worth grinding them. I would assume it's just off of the enemies and stuff. But anyways, suffice to say, this might be the one event out of my 8 to 9 years of playing Trove that I might not complete this event. One, because it's so ridiculous. Like, if I can actually finish the event, I might try to, because I'm about halfway there. But the amount of time that it would take to grind up the rest of the souls that I need, like I said, I don't have the time because I'm going on a trip and I'm gonna be gone for a week, which means by the time I get back, the last thing that I wanna do after detoxing is hop on Trove and grind out the rest of this stupid event. Especially when it's so boring, because I'm just grinding Sundered Uplands. It doesn't feel like an event. It's just getting, oh, a different resource, you know? Now that said, I'm not necessarily saying I won't do it because maybe I'll feel a lot better when I end up coming back, but honestly, I feel very burned by this event, and the event itself is very much a chore. You know, there's a lot of events in this game that definitely feel annoying and slow and boring, but then you get events like this every now and then, and it's just like, what are they even doing over there over at Game Ago? Like, this is a bad event. It's probably one of the worst I've ever seen, just in terms of the time to resource obtained cost ratio, if that's even a term. You know what I mean? So yeah, I low-key want to kind of boycott this event, and it might be the one and only event that I do not even complete in my 8 to 9 years of playing this video game, just because of how atrociously like annoying it is. To be fair, it's not like it's hard. It's just going to require a significant amount of my time that I just don't have at the moment of recording this video. But again, maybe when I get back, I could start grinding it out on stream or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But in any case, that's going to do it for me. And I'll have some other videos that'll end up talking about my trip in more detail and whatever else. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel. New merch store, by the way. I'll talk about that in the other video that's coming up soon. And anyways, yeah, just leave a comment saying this event is poop or something.